This is Literature Hub 247, a free online literature class. This video is about that African novel written by Elma Shaw that is talking about Redemption Road. Earlier on this platform, we've discussed the background story, the plot summary, the character analysis, the narrative techniques, as well as the themes of Redemption Road. We've also done the analysis of chapters 1 to 30 of this novel. So this is chapters 31 and 32. So if you need the link to the previous videos, just make a request through the comment section and I will send the links to you. Let's now go into the classroom. In the previous chapter, that is chapter 30, Bendu is now back in her apartment after her release from the police station, and she's busy arranging everything in that apartment, cleaning up everywhere to make sure that everything is in order. Now let's see what happens after. Bendu doesn't hear from Lieutenant Tappe, who promises to continue investigating her on Vani's death. Even with this and the death of Vani, Bendu still entertains fear whenever her doorbell rings. Remember, Lieutenant Tappe promises that he will still be reaching out to Bendu after her release. She will make sure she checks the doors and windows before sleeping. Baby girl is always in her thoughts nowadays. She remembers the tracing assistant at ICRC told her that it took just days to trace someone, and sometimes longer. Bendu has not heard anything but keeps hope alive. She is optimistic that someone will know one of the women who could tell her about baby girl. She tries to engage herself in the activities at least in practice to get over her worries. They now have about 50 clients, and the Truth Project, which is Agnes' idea, is successful. Agnes also conceived the idea of recruiting volunteers to serve as surrogate perpetrators and victims. The surrogates are the victims who need to forgive someone face to face. The perpetrators are those who need to beg for forgiveness from those hurt or killed. Since Bendu moved out of Mamba Point apartment, that is Siata's apartment, Siata's and her husband's apartment, she has not seen Siata, her sister, and Terran, Siata's husband. As she's thinking of going there one Saturday, Siata comes over to her place. Siata tells Bendu that Terrence was the one who asked Chief Kesley to arrest her. Siata, who is upset and refuses to sit down as heard by her sister, says she is sure of what she said. This surprises Bendu, who also paces along with Siata and wonders why her brother-in-law would do that. Siata says that it happened the day he rushed out of the house that he bought ice cream for them. They move to Bendu's bedroom and sit on the bed. Siata narrates the story to her sister. She says the day they returned from police headquarters after Bendu's release, she saw Kesley's number in the call log of Terrence. Siata continues that she has been eavesdropping on him and gotten some revelations that prove his involvement. She also discovers his extramarital affairs with girlfriends. She hears that Terrence is involved in helping Cobra avoid the writ of arrest. She says she was mad, hence she confronted him. This is in response to Bendu's question. Bendu finally asks Siata what to do next. The latter says she doesn't know. She then asks Siata if she still loves Terrence. Siata replies that his mommy and daddy who love him. Bendu and Siata were surprised how Commander Cobra was getting the information. At that instance, they didn't know that Terrence is part of the setup. He's the one that is sending out the information to them. Bendu feels something in her throat and she's in tears. Siata owes her and apologizes for what Terrence did. Bendu responds that it is not about Terrence, but about their mommy and daddy. She explains further that they believe she was responsible for the death of Granny May. That's Bendu. They believe that she is responsible for the death of Granny May. Siata tries to clarify the issue and explain that it is about the year Bendu was missing and nobody in the family ever asked her about it. She says they would have told her to narrate it to them when she was ready. They feel bad about it, as it's hard listening to such a story, especially when loved ones experience it. Siata concludes that is why their parents avoid her and not because of Granny May. Bendu forces a smile before breaking down crying as he remembers the sad experiences and confirmation from her family. Her legs suddenly become weak and Siata grabs her and the two of them weep. Siata also urges Bendu to forgive herself of Orlando and should not blame herself for what happened to him. She explains that cousin Rebecca forgave her completely a long time ago. You remember Orlando was whisked away and is not seen since then. They don't know whether he died or anything happened to him. She said the decision made that day before leaving Somerville was supported by Orlando himself and Granny May. You know, that's the village where they went to visit one of their relatives. Now, when they left there, the place, they got trapped. Along the line, Granny May died. And Orlando is nowhere to be seen after he was whisked away. Pedro couldn't believe that cousin Rebecca forgave her. Siata tries to convince her father that the woman loves her and has no other option than to forgive her. She has that she never blamed her in the first instance. Pedro thinks about it and smiles. Siata encourages the smile and says that the scar on her head is hardly visible. That is, the scar on Bendu's head. Bendu smiles more and thinks in her mind that the scar on her head is becoming invisible. The wounds in her heart are also going to start healing. That is chapter 31. Now, chapter 32. Christmas draws nearer and the people begin to experience cold in the morning and evening. The fighting becomes hotter as President Taylor is not ready to give up on any opposition or detractors. The population of the IDP camps on the outskirts of Monrovia increases daily. Peace in practice is also getting busier, coupled with Caffein's widely read articles on their activities. They are recognized and other humanitarian organizations visit them. They are also given grants because of their innovative truth project. With the various activities in the office, Bendu sometimes looks aloof. Agnes will then ask whether she is thinking of Duluma or baby girl. She has not heard from the ICRC since she filled out the tracing request form. Agnes has advised her twice to do the letter writing assignment, and she promised to do it. But the work in the office is enormous. This is the type of assignment they give to their clients to help sort out their feelings. Bello thinks about Duluma once in a while, and Catherine once told her that in April 1980, Monrovia was his Duluma. That is, he had a similar experience in Monrovia, the way Bendu also had it in Duluma. That is from Catherine. Catherine is in return to cover the Sierra Leone War Crime Tribunal for what Jonah. He left in a dismal mood because of Bendu's decision that they could just be friends. The festive atmosphere is not disturbed despite the fighting in Liberia. The exchange rate goes to 42 to 1. The streets are filled with different merchants selling their goods. Some are by the roadside, some are hawking their wares. Rumors mill around that something big is being planned to mark the beginning of the Civil War. Christmas just comes and goes with no major crisis. There is intense fighting some weeks into the new year in several closing towns to Monrovia simultaneously. One of such is in Ghaznavi, where the sounds of the rockets and machine guns result in panic in the center of town. People run helter-skelter, and some don't even know where to run to. Seattle also experiences this as she's on her way home. She sees school children scared and the people walking towards the American embassy with their loads. She tries to call Bendu and Terran, but the line cannot go through. The phone lines jam because everyone wants to make a call. She will later relay the experience to Bendu. A state of emergency has already been declared after the Ghaznavi incident. The people think that the government will use it as an avenue to deal with human rights activists and dissidents. Eva Lewis, Seattle and Bendu's mother, returns home in the middle of this chaos to prepare for the annual visit of Benji's grave. She's not able to do this in 10 years because of the Civil War. It is 22 years since Benji was killed, but April remains a sad month for the Lewis family. The killing of Benji and the April 22 executions on the beach are indelible in their minds. Whenever Lewis arrives, she says that she's here for Benji and everyone and to make preparation for their granddaughter, that is baby girl. The two of Bendu and Seattle are surprised by their mother's declaration. Seattle later told Eva not to add more stress to her life because they are yet to find a girl. She replies that they should not worry about her, that they are the ones who have many things going on. She repeats that she's here for them this time. Seattle asks her mother why she always feels that her life would be better if Benji is alive. She replies that Benji was a part of her and has been killed. She adds that she would feel the same way if it was one of them. Bendu and Seattle hug their mother. She whispers to them that Benji loved the two of them. Bendu corroborates that Kevin said the same thing. Eva responds that Kevin was there and they demand to hear the full story from her. Eva begins the narrative quietly. She says they knew that the soldiers would come for their father after the coup. They then decided to send the three of them, Benji, Seattle, and Bendu, to Kevin's house. She started to narrate how Benji was killed. The family is well known and respected in the society because of the university scholarship they give to underprivileged students. That is the family of Kevin. The belief was that they would not attack them. Some soldiers, led by some university students, went there looking for money. According to them, Benji and Kevin are on the second floor, looking out of a room when they arrive. When the soldiers dragged CJ and Angela Daniels, Kevin's parents out and stripped them, Benji took his sisters to an overhead storage space to hide them. Kevin was still by the window, demoralized by what his parents were going through. It was when the soldiers entered the house that Kevin left the window and hid in the closet. Benji also hid in another closet after making sure that his sisters were in a safe place. Eva comments that there was no better place for them to hide, and the boys knew it was a matter of time before they would be discovered. The intruders found Benji first, and the person that opened the closet identified him as their son. They said when they dealt with him, his parents would tell them where they kept their money. That is, they mistakenly picked Benji as the son of the family instead of Kevin. Eva pauses here and Bendu holds her hand. She continued quietly that Calvin said Benji looked back towards him. He expected Calvin to come out and identify with his family, but he didn't. Siata couldn't believe what he heard and commented that Calvin let them take Benji away. Eva then explains to them that if Calvin had come out that day, they would have discovered Siata and Bendu because they would be curious about finding more people in the house. Siata asked Eva how Benji got shot. She replies that nobody can explain that specifically, but he was not shot while going down. But he was shot while going downstairs on the staircase. That is, Benji was shot while he was going downstairs, but nobody can explain how. So that is the analysis of chapters 31 and 32 of Redemption Road, written by Elma Shaw. So if you are new on this platform, just click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll be part of this class. And whenever any video is produced, you are going to be notified. You are free to share any of our videos on any social media platform. Like the video, invite your friends and colleagues to join us. Teachers in the house, introduce your students to this platform. Likewise, parents, introduce your children to join this platform. If you have any question or any comments, just send it to the comment section there and it will be attended to. Thank you. I wish you the best of luck. Let's meet in the next class.